Now people are saying that Latinos didn't know that Black Americans are not immigrants. Child, I just don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say to that. It makes sense though, because the narrative that I've always heard about, why don't Black Americans have the same drive or take initiative, or, you know, the narrative that we're lazy, even though we worked here for free. Like, didn't you know that? Didn't you know that our ancestors worked for free for hundreds of years? Like, I thought that was common knowledge, but I guess it's not. Like, this is really bad. If this is the case, why do you even need to take away critical race theory? People don't know it now. Might as well leave it in place. They don't know it right now. They don't even know the history of Black people in America. I just don't even know what to say at this point. It's way worse than I thought it was. But I do feel like Paul Mooney, that people are getting their Negro wake-up call, but in Spanish. They Latin wake-up call, they Hispanic wake-up call, because they learn it now.
For Juneteenth, I need y'all to learn that Black Americans are not immigrants. You're not an immigrant when you are dragged across the globe against your will to be worked and bred and tortured by the very people who stole the land upon which you were dragged to. Okay? We didn't choose to vacation here. We didn't choose to flee here. We didn't choose any of this. That's the difference. A lot of y'all are immigrants, and God bless you for it, but that will never be Black Americans. We were forced to build up the places that a lot of your ancestors immigrated to, and to this day didn't get a stake in any of that. So before y'all run your mouths about Black Americans and our history in this country, make sure you're not spewing out garbage first. Because immigrants made this country what it is, but we are the building blocks, the very foundation. So unless you're Native American, you can't say nothing to me about that.
All right, this message is for my brown people. And although us black folks decided to stick this one out because we did try to warn y'all at the polls, we do see that it's fucked up. California is a blue state. 66% of Latinos in California voted against Trump, but it's not enough. You got to work on your people that hate us. Then you got to rally your people because they hate you like they hate us. And don't tell me this is not about race. There's over 500,000 undocumented immigrants in America from Poland or Russia or Germany, the UK, Italy, Ireland, all over Eastern Europe. But they not joining the protest because they not being targeted. America has always been obsessed with race. You burglarize and steal someone's home, make laws that only protect you, then get upset when they want to move back in. Talking about, we need to protect our borders. Most of you never even met a Mexican American, and if you have, they probably doing a job that you would never want to do anyway. These ain't criminals. They're snatching up students and nurses and builders and farmers, electricians and plumbers. They got fucking armored vehicles pulling up on line cooks. You're separating mothers from their children and telling people who've been here for decades to just go and start a life somewhere else because you're uncomfortable. In their land. You just took their shit and was even too lazy to change the names. It's still San Francisco, San Diego, San Bernardino, Ventura, Calabasas, Rancho Cucamonga. But it's all in the name of law, right? Well, hanging people was law. Owning people was law. Segregation was law. Jim Crow, mass incarceration, redlining, stop and frisk. Law. Just because it's written don't make it right. You know Adolf had laws too. It's funny how you want people to follow the rules when they only benefit you. So let me get this straight. A man who was found guilty of committing 34 felonies is turning our troops against people who committed a civil violation. Being undocumented is a civil violation, not a felony. So who you put in office is far worse than any of these folks out here just trying to build a life in America. But y'all let him slide because he's white. I'm here in LA and not a single person died during these protests. 5 people died when they stormed the Capitol and those thugs were pardoned. Can you imagine if black and brown people stormed the Capitol? We wouldn't make it onto the fucking lawn before we got slaughtered. You naggers are all savages. You're tearing up property. Are you telling me that an insured Apple store or Louis Vuitton store is more important than the historic Capitol building of the United States? At least when black and brown people riot, it's for survival of civil rights. White America will burn a whole city down because their team won the World Series. So to all my brown brothers and sisters, coming from a people who's been fighting on the front lines for over 400 years, sacrificing our bodies so that Muslims and Asians and Africans and Indians and brown people can live a comfortable life in America, please realize that we are tired. A bit of advice. There's not a word that you can say to make those racists feel compassion because they do not view you as their equal. So keep protesting and going as hard as you can. And to the colonizers who agree with Mr. Trump, let me ask you a question. If all of your land is stolen and someone told you to go home, where would you go?
Y'all, somebody gonna say, first, we the pettiest motherfuckers on the planet. We the pettiest motherfuckers on the planet, y'all, and we going to hell. But let me tell y'all why we going. So to try to get black Americans into shit, y'all, they gonna talk about some damn, there's black people who are being deported too. There are black people who are immigrants too. Why the fuck they in the comments talking about some? Was it the black people who said we had no culture? Was it the black people who said that black Americans don't know where we come from? Was it the black people who said that they're doing better than black Americans in America because black Americans are lazy and ghetto and this and that, et cetera, et cetera? Somebody gonna talk about some. Was it the black people that we had to fight with over Juneteenth because we had to try to tell them that it's a holiday for black American people, not these other people? Somebody was like, maybe it was the black people that tell us that we're not invited to their flag days and independence days and parades and shit. Somebody was like, was it the black people that tell their kids not to hang out with black Americans or not to have anything to do with black Americans, to stay away from black Americans? Was it those black people? Somebody said, no. It wasn't no black people. It was the black people that hopped in those gender wars and said that black American women are trash and black American women ain't shit and they're so much better than black American women because they're traditional and submissive. It had to have been those black people. Was it the black people who were like accosted by the police and they said, I'm this. Don't shoot me. Go kill a black American. Was it those black people? It could have been the black people that was making fun of black people for slavery. Was it the black people that were calling us slave babies and shit? Was it those black people? So I was like, no. I think it was the black people who were making fun of us for police brutality and being unalive by the police. I think it was those black people. Could have been the black people who was making fun of us, saying that we don't speak any other language. We only speak English. That's the only language that we speak. We don't speak any other language at all, because we don't know where we come from and we didn't retain any African culture at all. It was those black people. Or was it the black people that throw black American people under the bus to curry favor with the white American people? Was it those black people? I was like, look, I think it was those black people. If it was those black people, then yeah, we remain at rest.
Y'all know when Latinos and Hispanics be like, black Americans are next? They really thought that black Americans are immigrants. And that explains why they voted the way they voted. They tried to get us up out of here. But I got to say to the Latino community, not only did your ESL classes, but the American educational system failed you tremendously. Because black Americans are not immigrants and we're not going anywhere. And this is how ill-informed they are. They really think because they're in the middle between black and white that they're white adjacent, when that's far from the truth. It's only 3 categories that's broken down in this country. You have white Americans, you have non-whites, and you have black Americans. The people in the middle, y'all just extras in this movie. The main characters are the white Americans and the black Americans, and sometimes the Native Americans make a guest appearance. This country spent too much money, trillions of dollars, in painting black people as the bad guys. That's the default, to even get rid of black Americans. As sad as that may sound. And you know who's catching on quick, who's learning the game real quick? Africans and Caribbeans. That's why they're cosplaying as black Americans. They're not cosplaying as black Americans to trick us black Americans. They're doing it to trick white Americans because they don't want to be deported.
Black people don't owe y'all shit, and we need to talk about it. I'm going to try to keep this under 2 minutes. The America that a lot of immigrants love and want to move to is based on a white perspective and white experience. That version of America also would not exist without the exploitation, centuries-long exploitation of black labor. And I'm not just talking about physical labor. I'm talking about all forms of black labor. I'm talking about creative labor. I'm talking about social labor, building communities and institutions and movements. I'm talking about food labor. I'm talking about familial labor. I'm talking about emotional labor, spiritual labor, and right now, political labor. You do not and are not, you're not entitled to black political labor. I'm going to say it again. Nobody is entitled to black political labor at all. And you need to accept that. This is beyond voting. I know some communities and some people didn't vote in their interest. And right now you're dealing with the consequences of that. We got a saying here. You don't believe fat meat is greasy. And now a lot of y'all looking real greased up. You got to deal with those consequences. But on a deeper level, if you want help, and especially from black Americans, the last thing you need to be doing is coming to us from a very entitled, damn near exploitative point of view. We're not doing that anymore. We have had to fight, and we are still fighting, this very government that a lot of y'all just realized the shit won't sweep after you moved here. And my heart does go out to a lot of these Americans who are dealing with this administration. But I'm also looking at these people who are on TikTok kind of blaming black Americans for lack of support. And I'm just like, what makes you think we owe you fucking support? We don't owe you shit. Every day we have to get up and live in a country that feels entitled to our labor, to our bodies, to our children. And now we have other Americans trying to pull the same shit, and you wondering why you getting the reaction you getting.
It's very sad that one thing that every race have in common is disliking black people. That's the one thing that every freaking race have in common is disliking us. But another thing they have in common is using us for our money and our sympathy and empathy. Because blacks, let me set y'all straight. Y'all feel sorry for people too fast and too much and at the wrong time. Y'all always, because I see some of y'all saying that the things that we saying we shouldn't be saying. Stop feeling sorry for people and stop letting them use your religion against you. Stop letting them use that God that they gave you against you. That's so weird to me. Y'all don't understand that the empathy and sympathy that y'all do have is been programmed. This is why you wind up feeling sorry for your enemies half the time, bruh. This is why you wind up feeling sorry for people that will not go into bed for you at all. Not one time, not one bit. You wind up feeling sorry for people that wouldn't do for you that you would do for them. So you start turning on your own people. The one thing those other races do have in common, they stick together. No matter right or wrong or indifferent, they will stick together. But they'll find something weak in us, which is a lot, to make us turn on each other, okay, and start saying, yeah, well, y'all shouldn't be saying that about the people. I feel bad. Yes, we feel bad that it's happening, but you think we about to go in front line because we feel bad? Baby, it take a little bit more feeling bad than for me to get up out there. So at the end of the day, if we're next, we sitting there, we understand what we need to do, huh? We ready. Be blessed.
What do you mean y'all thought we were immigrants? Y'all thought black people, black Americans, African Americans, blacks, us, were immigrants. The hardest lessons, clearly, it's going to take me a long time to learn and figure out is that other people just don't know what I know. I assume that a lot of people know what I know. That's why y'all keep saying that, huh? That makes sense, I guess. That we're next. Y'all think, what? How do y'all not know how long we've been a part of this country? Black people fought in the Crispus Attucks. Did everybody not, at my little church, every Black History Month, there was this huge thing. I'll never forget when I came to my grandma's house. It was a huge package, and it was all of these cards. They were ABC cards, but on every card, letter of the alphabet, and an important person from Black history. And that was what we did all February at Sunday school. Like, we learned those cards. We would have to, and then we'd line up at like the Black History program, and we'd have to read them out loud. So I guess I just assumed, oh my God.
I don't care what nobody says. Being held accountable by your own kind is the most effective method. The only method that I might place above that is the feel it to learn method, where you got to make them feel it to learn. That's the only other method that I would put above that. But being told about yourself by somebody who looks like yourself, it just hits differently. It's almost like, damn self, you might be onto something. Damn self, damn twin, I gotta listen to you because you look like me. And it's for that reason alone why I gotta leave the Latino community, why I gotta leave the Cuban American community in Florida specifically, why I gotta leave the I will vote Donald Trump with this clip. I gotta leave you guys with this clip.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And
Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? Because it's the exact same sentiments that every African American person, every Black American person have been screaming since elections time. The same exact sentiments. And now, because of the bullshit that the Latino community have entered themselves into, literally voting against the same exact group of people that now hold the power of being able to save you. She said it. She said it. See, I knew this. I knew that it's only the African American community, that it's only the Black American community that can save the Latino community from the bullshit that they got themselves into. I knew this. But see, you're not going to listen when I say it. But you'll probably listen when she says it. And the thing about it too, see, technically, I'm a Latina. I'm Haitian. But I'm not the Latina that you're going to listen to. I'm not. That one, though, she is. She is. She has that proximity to whiteness that you guys respect. Right? So now she states that it's only the African American community that can save the Latino community from the bullshit that you guys put yourselves into. And you only are in that because you were so hell-bent on voting against the same exact group, against the interest, the self-interest for that same group of people that now are the only ones that can save you. Look at that, full circle.
For the African American community that has not come out because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for them.
I get it. I
In
get
masses,
it. But I don't.
Me and you support, but in masses, we didn't support anything that was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not gonna talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans.
It's true.
Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves, that all of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your asses, Latinos. So you better start kissing. If you're going to kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black ass.
Again, it's not coming out of my mouth. She said it. She said it, and she's 100% right. For the I will vote Donald Trump. You guys, y'all got to start kissing some black ass. Y'all all better get to kissing some black asses. And right now, the black asses ain't moving for shit. If it's not for them, they're not moving. They're not moving. So I don't know how you guys gonna make it through. But she just said it. She said it. It's the African American community. It is the black American community that can save you guys from the bullshit that you are in. And you can think the I will vote Donald Trump. Think them.
This is just like watching God fight for the blacks, right? These Latinos were already thinking that these blacks are also immigrants. But come to think of it, why would they even think the black Americans are immigrants? What do I not even understand in all of this? I'm beginning to think these people didn't know anything about history. They didn't make their research very well. Because come to think of it, black Americans have been there for years, right? Some of them have been there for like 300 years. I mean, their ancestors and all of that. They refuse to realize that the black Americans came into America via slavery and all of that. There was no green cards, there was no passport or anything. So you guys, I'm so happy it's turning out this way. I think they're really being shot right now, and right now it's so shocking that they're even calling on the black Americans to actually come and fight and speak for them. Who does that? You guys literally connived or saw yourselves as the whites, and when you saw that this thing is not even going to work out anymore, you make a U-turn. Do you think they're foolish? Do you think they're mad? I think right now you have to sip your cup of tea, your hot tea, and have it. You guys, you haven't seen anything yet. Nobody is going to come support you people. We are not the same. Yes, you guys are whatever you think you are. Blacks are not the same. So shout out to everyone that has contributed, all the creators. Shout out to you guys. You guys are doing an amazing job. You guys, do not forget to support me. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. If you know you like content like this, please do let me know so I can keep bringing this, so I can keep bringing more of this. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.